and welcome back to my channel. So my name is Shaki and today I have a little bit of a redo for you. I'm actually wearing the same outfit as the first time, which is really funny. I did not mean for that to happen. So I'm going to be redoing the 24-hour readathon, Reading with the Seasons autumn round, which is a readathon, 24-hour readathon that's happening seasonally that me and Waverley are hosting, and it's currently the autumn round on Friday the 7th of September 2018. The original readathon was on Monday the 3rd, and the majority of people who took part in the readathon did it on Monday if they were going to. I unfortunately gave up at 6 AM, but I slept most of the day. I think I participated in about an hour and a half of the readathon. I had a little sleep and I felt ill, which made it 10 times worse. A lot of people were saying that I dropped out because of my depersonalization, but I didn't. I think I mentioned DPD about once in my apology little note letter thing on Twitter. It wasn't because of my DPD at all, and that's what people on Curious Cat were using to hate me on. But a lot of you were quite disappointed, and I was disappointed in myself as well. It wasn't just for you that I'm doing this. That sounds a bit like rude, but I don't want you to think that you're so horrible that I did it, you know what I mean? I did get a few horrible comments on Curious Cat, but I think they were just being horrible to be horrible. They didn't actually mean what they were saying. I have decided to redo it though, because as you can tell, I'm feeling a lot more energized. I'm not sick anymore, which is a great thing. I didn't want to let Waverley down, and it was our first official Reading with the Seasons and I thought I'd redo it. My two friends, Alois and Ella, are both doing it. I've just texted them to make sure it's still going on, and they said it was still going on. Here are all the books that I'm going to be reading. If you want to see my full TBR and announcement video, I'll link it below. These are the 4 books that I want to get to. As you can see, there's a bookmark in this one, so we'll start with this one. There are 6 challenges for this readathon, and the first challenge and the first book that I'm going to be bringing up into the TBR, into the vlog, is Legend by Marie Lu. I got 35 pages into this. I will be obviously starting again, or I might not, I haven't decided yet. But this is the book in a series challenge that I have to read a book in a series, and this is my pick because I haven't actually read the Legend trilogy yet. The next book and challenge I'm going to be completing is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. This was a Pet Picks My Read. You can see the footage of that in the description in my announcement in TBR video. The next book and next challenge I'm going to be completing is the autumnal one, and that is Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. This is like the most autumny read I have on my shelves. I originally picked out Ace of Shades for this one, and I have unfortunately changed it since then. So yeah, that's why I might be a bit confused. The next book and challenge is for the blindfolded one, and I picked Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. Don't know what this is about. I know it's about lungs, but who knows about lungs? And in my TBR video, I did say that I was going to not be participating in the school reread challenge, but Alois told me the day of the other readathon, the first one that we're supposed to all participate in, that I could have read Looking for Alaska by John Green. For the challenge, reread a book that you read in school. I didn't actually realise that I read that in school because I read it so many times since, and it feels like I read it outside of school, but I didn't. I read it first in school. So if I successfully read the other 4 books, who knows, I might move on to Looking for Alaska and give us another reread. This will be my 11th time of reading this, and I might make some notes to do like a review, although I could probably do that without reading it again, but I want to read it to make sure I get everything that I want to say. So this is my completed TBR pile for this readathon, and maybe the order that I'm going to be reading them in, starting off with Legend. It is currently 11:15 now, and I guess I will update you when it gets to midnight. So it's now 12:01 and I was scrolling on Snapchat and didn't notice. So obviously I've got changed, I put my hair up, and I'm about to start with Legend by Marie Lu. I have decided to just carry on from 30 because not much has happened yet. I'm all tucked up in bed and I'm just really excited. Currently about 3:10 and I just finished my first book, Legend by Marie Lu. I gave it a 4 stars about on Goodreads. I'm not sure, I was toying with the idea of giving it a 4.5, even a 5 at some points, but there were things that just stopped me from giving it a 5. To me, the romance just wasn't there. Like, I don't ship them, like, at all. I kind of just want Dave for myself. Another reason that contributed to why this book wasn't a 5 stars for me, it was just like a 4, is because I feel like the storytelling in this could have been a lot better. I wasn't necessarily shocked at any of the plot twists that were going on, because Day literally tells you a plot twist, and I could have just gone without knowing that, and like I would have been more shocked if he didn't make that comment. I predicted loads of things in this book. It is so predictable, and that's why I've knocked like a star off. Is A, I didn't ship the romance, and B, I thought this book was really like, I don't know, told in a weird way that made you predict everything. Although that did happen, I did still enjoy it, and that's why I gave it a 4. So when I do wake up tomorrow at 8 to then start reading again at 9, I will be starting Everything by Nicola Yoon for my Pet Picks Your Read challenge. I'm really excited to read this, but also really dubious because it's really hyped. This first 3 books, including Legend, could all be my hyped books, which is why I didn't specifically pick a book for the challenge, because they all qualify for it. But also, Waverley has told me most of what this is about, thinking that I wasn't going to read it. And then I saw it in a thrift/charity shop for like 20p, 50p, and I was like, I'll pick it up because I do want to read it. So I know like everything that happens in there. Bit scared, but I love Nicola Yoon's writing, especially in The Sun Is Also a Star. So hopefully I will like this, but I will be starting this in the morning from 9 until 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably 12, and then I'll be halfway through the readathon and halfway through my TBR, which makes sense. I'll probably stop reading for an hour until 1 after that, or maybe just half 12, watch an episode of Gossip Girl, have some lunch at that point. And then I will start Grace and Fury, which will also take me 3 hours, so I can read that from 1 until 4. And then I can read Extraordinary Means, which I think also has just over 300 pages. I'm just going to assume from 4 until 7. And then I could either stop there, because obviously then that's my TBR sorted and done, because I do have work early, so I might stop there, I don't know. Or I can read Looking for Alaska, which will take me, I want to say 2 hours, because I have read it 10 times before. So it's now currently about 20 past 3. I'm going to wake up at about 8, get some breakfast, get some food and stuff, get back in the mood and energized, and I'll start reading it at 9, and I'll have all my day set out. So hopefully we can do this and redeem myself. Good morning everyone, it is currently about 8:32. I'm feeling quite awake and refreshed. Let's open this curtain. No, I did get up about half an hour ago. I was just laying in bed scrolling on social media, I'm sorry. But now I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I think I'm feeling some Rice Krispies. The kids that live opposite me are currently like walking outside to go to school, and it's adorable. It's about 1 minute to 9. It's probably 9 now as I've started recording. I have my tea, and I also have my book just there, looking very fitting in my sheets because it's all white. I'm gonna get started with everything, and just on to the second book. It feels like this day is going so slow. I've literally just fucked off and started reading, but I found something really funny on the first page of Everything. The books are all brand new hardcovers, no Jeremy secondhand soft covers for me. This is literally a secondhand cover that's like just all bent and damaged. That is really ironic and funny, I'm sorry. Now 11:30, and I just finished Everything by Nicola Yoon, which is my second book, and I rated it a 3.75 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I have a lot of thoughts, but I desperately need a wee, so I will talk more after I've had a wee. I am now back from going to the toilet. I was literally bursting. As soon as I started vlogging, I was like, oh, I'll do my thoughts now. Literally, my bladder was like, nope. So yeah, I did finish Everything. I gave it a 3.75. I do truly believe this would have been more of a 4 or even a 5-star for me if Waverley hadn't have said the whole plot. Not the whole plot, but she said like what happens in the end and stuff like that. I'm not going to obviously tell the vlog because it's spoilers. I would have enjoyed it a lot more and been more shocked and surprised if I hadn't been told. It's not Waverley's fault either, it's kind of my own fault because I didn't think I was going to read this when I picked it up, and I knew for a fact that I'd been spoiled and I bought it anyway because it was like 50p. It's not her fault, it's my fault. but it did affect my reading experience, and then overall affects my overall rating, because that's what it's based on, my reading experience and how much I enjoyed the book and circumstances and stuff. Also, what led me to kind of rating this a bit down is the fact that it's kind of insta-lovey, and I feel like it moves way too fast. I have fallen desperately in love with Nicola Yoon's writing. Like, she has just such a nice flow. This is really like fancy to say in film and literature theory, but I do think that Nicola Yoon has a style and just a way of telling a story, because in both this and The Sun Is Also a Star, which is one of my all-time faves, it's one of my favourites of the year, she both talks about theories of the universe, time, science. I love it so much, and I think that is part of her style, and I wish I could just sit down and have a conversation with her, because I think it'd be magical. Not about books, not about reading, not about anything, just about the universe and her theories, and she just seems like such an interesting person just from like reading her work. It's also really nice to read, if my predictions are right, that this was like her debut, one of the first novels that she published / wrote, and then reading The Sun Is Also a Star first, you can see the criticisms in this and how she developed them into positives. So like, I love her writing style. It's just the fact that I was spoiled, and just it moved too quickly for me with the romance. Not in like physical terms, like having sex or kissing or anything. I think that was like timed really well. 1 minute she's really sick and bedridden and she can't move, like her mother doesn't let her outside. Next minute she's running away to fucking Hawaii. I was gonna say Hawaii, but that's not what it's called. I feel like it was very Wattpad-y in its narration and the way it's told and the story and like the idea, but I feel like Nicola Yoon's writing style is just amazing, top notch, and I love her. That's why I'm so conflicted. I'm feeling quite peckish because I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. I've read a whole book since then, so I'm gonna go downstairs, get something to eat. I think I might get a cheese toasty, and I think I'm gonna watch one of the short films that I was told to watch. So I think I'm gonna do that while I'm eating my lunch, go on my phone and stuff like that, and then after lunch I will be getting on reading Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. I'm so scared of this because it's really hyped. Literally everything this and Legend could have all been my hyped picks. Excited about this. All I know is that it's about feminism and women don't have rights, and it's about sisters. G Swizzle Booktube really likes this book, and I have faith in her opinion because we share the same bookish opinions most of the time. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. Yeah. So it's now 12:30 and I've had a little bit of a lunch break. I had an hour, I had a cheese toasty, and I also chatted to Elle, who I think I said this already in the vlog, who is participating in the redo, which is what this is, along with Ella, but I couldn't get hold of Ella, so I was talking to her, having some lunch, and I was just like really content and happy. I am going to be starting Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart, which I've already said, in a world where women have no rights. I'm really excited to read this, and it matches my top, like really strangely. Really excited to start this, but a bit dubious, and it's now 25 to 1. I aim to finish this before 4 so I can start Extraordinary Means by 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then I can finish that by 8ish, and then I can end the vlog a little bit early because I do have work tomorrow and I really want to edit this vlog, so yeah. Finished. Ow! Yeah, I finished Grace and Fury. It's currently about 5:05 p.m. and I have no words. I rated this somewhere between a 3.75 and a 4 on Goodreads. I don't really know. I did enjoy it. I was following the story. I really liked it, but I didn't have that emotional connection with the characters, I don't think. A lot of them say a lot of like cool lines, like one-liners, but I didn't feel that relatability or connection like I should have. So I'm kind of torn between the rating. I predicted something that was going to happen that was a big part of the plot twist, and it didn't really affect it. I just was like, I knew it, and like just, it was good. That's what I'm going to say. It's good. It was conflicting. It was amazing, and I really liked it, and there's going to be more in the series, I think. And I'm going to read the rest of them. You can't leave a book like that. Because it's split point of views between them both, things were happening in their experiences, and they literally like switch roles and their experiences on like the other end of the spectrum of Grace and Fury. mirrored each other, and I thought that was a really good narration tool and just a really cool aspect. I just thought it was really well done. At the same time, as a reader, I was like, no, you can't switch point of views like that. Now I've got to read this whole chapter to know what happens with you, and I guarantee something's going to happen with Selena that I'm going to want to know, and I have to wait a whole chapter for that as well. There are some epic fight scenes if you're into that, if you're into a bit of action. There's some really good fight scenes in here, and just, it was great, but I just didn't have that emotional connection with the characters like I was supposed to. I think it's because there are so many of them. Val! Val! I love him. So it is now about 5 o'clock, and it seems like I'm having a Twitter argument with someone because they keep blowing up my phone. Because it is about 5 o'clock, I'm gonna have to move on to my last book of the day, which is Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider, which was my blindfolded pick. I do have Looking for Alaska out, but I really want to end this readathon a little bit early, and after I finished Extraordinary Means, if possible, because I have work tomorrow. I still have to edit stuff, and I have to wash my hair and make sure I'm presentable for work tomorrow, and I want to get a good night's sleep. So I'm aiming to get this finished. It's around 5 now. I don't think I'll start it until like 10 past, 20 past 5. I keep getting really distracted by my phone, and it always keeps kicking my butt. Grace and Fury actually took me a lot longer to read than I was anticipating. I started it at about 1 o'clock, and I didn't finish it until 5, and I was distracted by my phone for like an hour, so that's probably why. So it's 7 minutes past 7, and I have a lot of shit to do. I have a lot of stuff to do, including editing this vlog for Tuesday, having a bath, doing my hair, get ready for work tomorrow, and I need to just do things. So I think I'm going to cut this readathon a little bit shorter than I normally would. Next time we do a readathon, I will make sure I'm not sick. So because I am ending this a little bit early because of those reasons, I did not manage to finish Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. I got to page 72, and I actually am enjoying it. It's okay at the minute. It's a contemporary. It's not brilliant, but I don't exactly hate it. So I'm going to be continuing reading it tomorrow because I have a lot of bus journeys and tram journeys to do tomorrow, and on Sunday where I can probably finish it. So I will finish this, just not in the 24 hours that are ahead, and if I get all my stuff done early, who knows, I might go ahead and read some more. But to end on a positive, these are the 3 books that I managed to get read in the 24 hours. This is pathetic, isn't it? Normally the wrap up pile I have to hold like this, but it's only 3 books this time. My average is normally 4 to 5 books in 24 hours. This is just under average, but I did read some bloody good books that I finally got round to. I'm just going to give you a quick wrap up, and I'm going to let you go so I can edit this and upload it for Tuesday. Speaking of Tuesday, it will be September 11th, and actually the day before you are watching this, on the Monday, was my 1 year of being on BookTube. It has been so much fun to be on BookTube. It's stressful, don't get me wrong, and sometimes I cannot physically upload on this channel. I have found a place where I belong. I'm kidding. I'm just glad that I have somewhere I can relate and it's not weird to read. I think I've posted a lot this year. I can't wait for the next one. I've had so many different shelves. I think I started out with my sister's shelves, like filming in front of those, and I finally got my own, and this is what it's turned into. So many hair colours, so many variations of pink and purple and brown and red, and we are stuck with this looking like 6'9". Let's just get on to the wrap up. The first book that I completed in this 24-hour readathon was Legend by Marie Lu, which is my read a book in a series challenge. This is the first book in the Legend trilogy, and I also have Prodigy, which I am very excited to get to very, very soon. This was really good. I think I gave it around a 4 stars on Goodreads. It just says 4 stars without giving it like a specific rating in the vlog, and I haven't logged it on Goodreads yet, but I did manage to give it a 4 for the reasons that I said in the vlog and on my Goodreads review, which I'll link down below. The second book that I completed was Everything by Nicola Yoon, which was my pet picked read. So my cat Hercules did pick this in my TBR video. It was against Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider, funnily enough. I read this ridiculously quickly, and I think honestly that's why the next read took so long for me to get through. But I gave this, I think I was a 3.5, was it 7.5? I gave this a 3.75 or 3.5, I don't remember, I think it was 7.5. And the last book that I actually completed was Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. This got a 3.9 stars in my Goodreads, and I actually did like this a lot. There is a gay character in here which we discover, which was really nice, and the cover is incredible. It was my autumnal cover read. So this is a mini wrap up I have for you. I'm going to still count it because I was sick and in a reading slump, and this to me is really good. This is almost a month worth of reading. Thank you so much for watching this 24-hour reading vlog. If you liked it, please give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe. I make content on the channel every single Tuesday. We will be doing a seasonal one once every season, which means there are going to be 4 of them in the year. Winter round, aka the next round of Reading with the Seasons, hosted by myself and Waverley Reads, will be sometime in winter. Very ambiguous. I really want to do it in the Christmas holidays between Christmas and New Year like we did last year. I had fun redoing it. I hope Ella and Elle had fun reading their stuff. I think they're still reading and they will be for 5 hours, but I'm done now. You can do it, even though you've already done it because it's going up on Tuesday. Please watch out for our winter round of Reading with the Seasons announcement and TBR videos. We will be coming with you soon and I hope more of you can participate. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week or whenever I post next. Bye. Thanks for watching.
You've got a face for a smile, you know. A shame you're wasted when you're breaking me slowly. But I've got a world of chances.